Please, I yield the floor to our very distinguished investor and entrepreneur par excellence, Leo Stan Eke. Thank you.
Let me observe protocol. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Discussing digital world in the evening is very difficult because most of the time you're exhausted. But the summary of our session basically is the new money. I come from Igbo State. This is the first one I'm attending in Igbo land. I've been invited in the past. But you can see how oddly the aesthetics of the place is unbelievable. So I want to congratulate Enugu State government for putting it together and having the mindset to partner with the private sector. What mine is simple because I have distinguished men here who drive the different sectors. The Igbo people like money. The Igbo people have intelligence. The people have energy. But things are changing and changing very fast. The time of Odimegwu Juku, Ekenedri Chuku, and those are fathers, I can tell you it's over. There's a gap between people of our age and those following us, who were very smart to interface and reduce the gap between these people I just mentioned across Igbo land and those of us. They were purely analog. We will transition from analog to part digital. But the new world is 360-degree digital. So you have to decide, Enugu government, where you want to belong. It has nothing to do with extreme education, but it has more to do with passion and commitment. That what is relevant today does not make you a superstar tomorrow. So I come from a background, even the computer science, I didn't finish it in the university. When I was doing a postgraduate in Cork City University, Ireland, I was advised to stay clear because Africa will not see digital revolution in the next 25, 30 years. I left it, did risk management, came back to it again. So, what is digital wealth? Is knowledge economy. You don't need a godfather. You don't even need a bank. The banks look for you. If God has given you a brain, your kids' brains, so why not create platform for them to create wealth? It's unfortunate in Igbo land, Enugu State, I remember a few years ago, at about 2 a.m. I thought about setting a digital center in Igbo land. And I called your governor. I spoke with him, Chime. He bought my vision. But sincerely between us, we forgot that this is a center of knowledge. You have more than 6 institutions here, tertiary institutions. We didn't think about it. We were going to connect Enugu on wireless on just 2 May.
I can't use my phone is off.
The first day we activated, the network jammed, and I had to upgrade it myself. That was satellite. And satellite bandwidths were very expensive. We had to do analog deployment, putting generators at each cell site. Now the project fails not because we didn't have the money to do it, but the people were not even knowledgeable to understand what we are providing. And because the day I came from the airport, I came in a taxi. The governor received me, and I went into the office, held a conference with him, talked to the executive council. They paid me 165 million. I think to a lot of those people, they thought 165 million was a lot of money. So there was like crisis until we deployed. So when they had challenge, I'm just using this before I go into what I want to say. Everybody's calling me. I talked about upgrade. They say, what kind of upgrade? They don't know you have to renew bandwidth after 1 year. They say it's for life. I just thought Instead of wasting my time talking to people all the time, I entered the plane, I came with my check, I met your secretary to the government and Attorney General, and these people came from Lagos, so I thought they were knowledgeable. I wrote a check for 165 million. I gave back to them. I said, this is what you paid me 1 year ago. You had the service, they say yes. I said, take it back. They say, why? They locked the door, but finally I left. Okay? Now that told you the limit of the Igbo man's knowledge of 21st century life. A life of result, not effort. I donated the whole equipment, including the pickup, including the infrastructure to my manager. I told him to resign, I donate this to you. So I wrote off a bill of about 461 million. And if I continued that fight, I would have lost INEC. And INEC paid me 4.6 billion 3 weeks after, in 2007, when I did the electronic election registration. And that's what gave me another business 4 years after, 27 billion project for 2 months. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that I don't have a godfather. In digital wealth creation, you don't need a godfather. You have them, you need them now. So when I look at my people, I look at Enugu. Enugu is a certified modern Eastern city. I see it as the center of civilization in Southeast. But who will you be in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, if you're a businessman, you've been in business for 10 years, you are not worth $1 billion. Quit that business. You're bound to fail. So this revolution has started. People are making money. The people you hear make noise about wealth are not rich people. I think you heard a little bit about Panama. The Panama, let them go and open the eyes of when they open those places, you see the guys who wear jeans, sneakers, t-shirts, how much they are worth. No rich man want to pay tax. They want to pay, but not so much. So what I'm saying, basically, why I came here when Chioke talked to me, is to encourage Enugu State. Every human being must be known for something positive. You must take a share of your generation. Enugu State should be a hub of wealth creation. It's very cheap. It's the cheapest thing you can do and certified for wealth growth, including Igbos who are Igbo traders. They've forgotten that trading has gone digital. All the online people you hear about are digital traders. Because they deliver cheaper, in the comfort of your home. You know them, they have money, so why do you have to go and struggle in the marketplace for the same item? So Igbos are not transiting. Now, this is one about IT. It's a big community. Talk about training, talk about the apps. You know, if I were the Enugu governor, unfortunately he's not here, and I mentioned to him a few minutes ago, I will shut down Presidential Hotel. In Presidential Hotel, maybe there are 200 rooms. I'll create 200 companies, 4 directors per company. But these guys must go through a pipe that they are qualified. They have the commitment, the passion to be in ICT, for example. So you have about 800 Enugu people qualified. Put in 3 billion on them. In the next 3 years, you will reap a minimum of $2 billion. I don't want to tell you about my life, but I'm sure a lot of you read that a few months ago I acquired an Ibadan-based software company because I want to run a 360-degree company. I'm an Igbo man, but I run the largest integrated ICT company in Africa, 360 degree. Okay? Now, if he does that, what do you need? There's no light. Don't wait for NEPA, PSCN, their stories, it will never end. It's like telling your child, don't go to school until there's electricity. By the time there's electricity, he's dead. So plug in two 1,000 kVA gen set there, give them fiber. I was just telling somebody that my company, through a government partnership, we laid optic fiber cable from Suka to Enugu here. So you have fiber. here. We are laying another 71 kilometers right now in Enugu State. We've done that from Akwa Ibom to Calabar to Rivers State to to Okra. The infrastructure is there, but are the people knowledgeable enough to know what to do with it? And if you plug in a fiber into a presidential hotel, these guys have internet, they have their laptops. They don't need anything, they don't need a car. The taxi people will wait for them at closer and give them a good deal to go home. And what you need to put is put a center for trading at the last floor, put an auditorium, and put a cafe downstairs. In 3 years, 4 years, you would have produced people who are certified rich men. A lot of rich people you see are not certified. And this is why they are stealing for themselves, stealing for their children, and stealing from their grandchildren. If you have knowledge, which is power, in 21st century, you continue to make wealth, you continue to create wealth. This is what it's all about. And everything I said here won't cost the government of Enugu State $2 billion. If they want, I sign a public agreement. I don't have the time to do it because time is my biggest asset. But there are consultants like Chijioke, world class, okay, out of Cambridge or MIT or something like that. There are people like Nicholas. We just chat with them online. If I want to talk to my staff all over the world, I think somebody, Dr. Eke, is aware of it. I sit in my house, they are seeing me live this way. My staff in Ghana are seeing me, in Dubai are seeing me, in Port Harcourt are seeing me, in Lagos are seeing me, in Abuja they are seeing me on big screen. And I'm seeing them. So it saves me the cost of flying them down and the risk of coming over. This lecture I'm presenting right now, I would have delivered it online if you guys are well too. Why do I have to fly? Okay, so what I'm basically saying, I want to allow this young man speak. My story, myself, I'm a testimony of what God can do with somebody from nothing. Are you with me? So don't be afraid of money. You don't need money. If I tell you one secret, but I hope the press people are not here. You are here? Then I'll never say it. Between me, you, and God, Enugu should make this place a hub for new wealth. A wealth with style. I'm 60, I'm sure you could not celebrate my 60th, 22nd of February. But frankly, I feel like the youngest guy here. Now, when I reconcile with when my father was 60, how drag he is, I wonder. Because I see another 100 years of comfortable life with good lifestyle in front of me. So I want to take to the, flavor. When I came here, there was something I noticed. I asked him, in this hall, if flavor walks in here, the whole Enugu will rush here, isn't it? For flavor to play for me, I'll pay him 7 million. He will jump here, you people clap. He spend 15 minutes, he has another engagement somewhere. He'll run away, my 7 million is over. FIRS people don't know him. Because they don't know where to locate him. Are you with me? So every weekend, Flavor makes an average of 20 million in a good economy. What is the total value of your business? Whiskey, if he was an Igbo man, no person, they'll keep him outside the gate. But you pay Whiskey 9 million naira to play, and he's fully engaged. This is the side. The movie industry. So, okay, next year, you must attach entertainment to this, because when you bring investors, this is the holiday, I'm having this as holiday in my life. Because this is the only place I've spent 3 hours listening to people. Are you with me? So during the session, you break it. 10 minutes, you bring a musician. It happened in your place, isn't it? When I shared your occasion, your first big conference. I brought Iyanya. Because I was the chairman, I told him I'd bring it. When I brought Iyanya, the hall went haywire. because you need to refresh the people. This is what new life is all about. In Yanya, I gave him 3 million naira to come on stage for less than 15 minutes. Are you with me? This is the digital wealth I'm talking about. Are you with me? So if Yanya wants to buy a Range Rover, he goes to a car dealer. I will say to him, because I know he'll pay me next week. Just 2 engagements, he pays me. So you have people from the movie. $8 million. I woke up because I like music. I bought the largest musical equipment in the continent. I designed the truck body, 45-feet truck body. I did 2 of them. On Valentine's Day, I took Zinox. You know, Zinox comes from Ebonyi State. Zinox, the most popular Nigerian gospel artist, a lady, comes from Ebonyi State. They don't even know about her. I took her and Choma Jesus and Frank Edward or something like that, okay? To Abuja, Valentine's Day. I was there physically, Valentine's Day, 18,000 people. There was no scratch. I was there live. This is the new life. If you want to live, you have to live well. It's all in comparison. When you see the kids right now, what you must do is to communicate with them with their lifestyle, because their lifestyle has nothing to do with farming. Okay? They need a new wealth, and as fast as possible. But they will create more than their parents have created the 2 centuries before they have created in 3, 4, 5 years. So I really want to appreciate you. Here, the largest institution I see in this country is Digital Bridge. Chijoke, I don't know how you assemble the names. I didn't know you are deep, real deep. I thought you were a banker just concentrated in making money, which is tomorrow's bank is virtual banking. I call CBA. I say, can you give me a license for virtual banking? They say, what is virtual banking? Why do I have to hold branches when you have my credit card? When you have my debit card? You understand what I'm saying? You go to the ATM, you withdraw cash, isn't it? Why do I have to keep branches? So if they are charging 5 kobo per meal, I will charge 1 naira. Sorry, I will charge 1 kobo per meal or 0, because I'm not running electricity, branches, vehicles, drivers, and all the rest of it. Okay, and you are very secure. So this guy, who is from this state, is running the biggest educational institution in this country called Digital Bridge. You need to visit Digital Bridge in Enugu, visit in Lagos, visit in New York, in Yola, visit in Kaduna and Abuja. There's nothing like that. If I were the governor, this federal government platform, you use it and educate your people. The greatest thing you give your people, they talked about education, is education, education, education. But there is a comma right now. You don't need to go through the 4 walls of the university to be a certified successful person globally. There's nothing like you are a village millionaire, it's over. It's either you are a globally rated billionaire or you are not at all, because the Naira domiciliation means nothing to anybody. Okay, so I want to allow them, okay, come in here, talk to you. But I assure Enugu State, even the funding, a lot of rich people are ready to fund, to take resources to build their wealth. When I go to India, I spend 5 hours, I cannot eat. I fly in by Emirates, take the next flight, okay, to Bangalore. I will not eat, because if I eat, I'll sleep. I have 5 hours to finish meeting, because I'm keeping software guys in India working for me there. And I'm paying them in dollars. And you have a platform, hotels. You have the human capital. What you need is somebody to direct them, and we will come here. Udala, my son's company, I'm sure you heard about Udala. Okay, is my son. Now, he's a digital trader. He's a good boy, digital trader. He makes 50 million a day cash. No person is owing him. He won't do government project. You either pay online or you pay cash. Are you with me? Some days he makes 100 and something million. He hopes by last quarter of next year, he'll be making a minimum of 250 million per day cash. This is the new wealth. So the boy is 23. Okay, he just finished his youth service last November. Are you with me? He's 23. But frankly, if he goes this way, in another 4 years, he'll make me relevant in the system. Which is my prayer, isn't it? Because I saw my generation, I led my generation. So if he's able to lead, to God be the glory. So I want to thank you and appreciate you for listening. Okay? And I hope when you pray, always call God to give you digital wealth. God bless you.